to be up to.
I've also done the brush too.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. They like that.
And I always do like, that's me personally, if they get the brush set, they get the brush cleaner for off because that's just,
Absolutely. That's so.
that's just me.
Okay. Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay. So we're going to get started. And first of all, talk about all the announcements. So we have lots of exciting things happening. In case you don't know, this is like Super Bowl of Mary Kay. This last 4.5 weeks now of our seminar year is the biggest, most exciting time of the seminar year. And our goal as a unit is to be our best, in case you didn't know. And our challenge individually is for each of you to beat your best, no matter where you're at. Some of you that may mean going to charge for your car. For some of you, it may mean, having a $500 week, maybe earning your bracelet. We want everyone beating their best and just rallying that cry of let's beat our best and be the best versions of ourselves. Not comparing ourselves to other people, but just be your personal best. So I'm excited about these next 4.5 weeks. We have some teams, and I know there's some friendly competition in the room. If you want to be on a team and are not on a team, we have split up the unit in team. There's team captains. We're going to be tracking points. I was just figuring out everything. Now, each week there's going to be winners, and the team that wins that week in whatever category I choose. So each week I choose. So you need to turn your points in each week to your team captain, and whatever, maybe it's that week it's sales. Maybe that week it's guests to an event. Maybe that week it's, I don't know, career chats or wholesale orders. I don't know what it is. But each week I'm going to pick a winner, and whoever turned in their points that week on that team that had the most of, let's say it's sales that week, they're each going to get a gift. So there'll be weekly gifts and prizes, and then there'll be a big, huge prize at the end, which is exciting. So if you want to be a part of the team and are not yet, let us know. Okay, a couple announcements. So going along with that, beating our best, I'm giving away $1,000 cash. Did you guys hear that? I'm doing 2 cash drawings this month. $1,000 cash and $500 cash. You guys can get entries for both. The $1,000 cash drawing is when we, as our unit, hit 50,000 wholesale, which we're only about 12, 14,000 away from that. And you get an entry for every $200 wholesale order you place. So you order 600 wholesale, you get 3 entries to win the $1,000 cash. You order 1,000 or 3,000, you get for each 200. So that you order, you get 1 entry. Our goal is to have 40 bracelet winners. We're already over halfway there. How do you earn your bracelet? Order 600 wholesale or more, and 30 new consultants. We're almost there to that too. So we're really almost there. We just need more bracelet winners. And when we hit more bracelet winners, we'll hit our 50K, and I'll be able to do the $1,000 drawing. So you're going to want to get entered. So be sure to stretch to hit your bracelet over these next few days. And you can do that by pre-selling the new Miracle Set 3D that just came out, because going along with that, we're in a challenge right now to sell 1,000 Miracle Set 3Ds in our unit as well, and to beat one of my friends, okay? to get there, I know we have this whole emoji of us racing, and we're in a friendly competition. Whoever gets there first is going to buy the other unit.
It's still a fun, like everyone wins.
Yeah, but we want you selling that new stuff because it's phenomenal. Okay, going along with the bracelet, I mentioned when we were talking about the new red jackets that anyone that gets in their red by the end of the month gets to join us for our special leadership training the first Sunday of the month at 2. And then anyone who does Inner Circle, which is order 600 wholesale. So when you order your bracelet and you hit 600 wholesale, you get to come to a super fun girlfriends afternoon. Christina has a really fun event planned at 4. So that's this Sunday, okay? So be sure to put in your date book, stretch to hit your bracelet, and you get to join us. They're always super fun.
Yeah, it's
what?
So
oh yeah, you already did. What?
Yeah,
both on Sunday.
Circle is at 2, and then for $600 bracelet.
Other way. 4 is the bracelets. At 2 is the leadership beforehand. Yeah, Inner Circle is anyone who orders 600 wholesale.
I'm thinking leadership.
Inner Circle is 600 or more. Then you get to come at 4, and then when you get your red jacket, you come at 2. Yeah. So not going to want to miss that. And then going along with that, I feel like there was something that I was going to add into that. No, I don't know. The what? Thank you. You're tracking me. Okay, so we are doing something fun and different the next 2 months, because we know that there's power in the finish, and anything can happen these last few days. I mean, I've literally seen people in a day go on charter for their car. I've literally seen people in a day sell $1,000, $2,000. that the key is being in a community and where you're around people who are encouraging you, and you make a decision that you're not going to quit until it's done. And so what we're going to do is the last day of the month at Brianna's house. I do it at my house, but I don't have cell phone service there, and I don't have Wi-Fi, so whatever. We're doing it at Brianna's house. She offered. That way people in Pueblo and me up north is about right in between. She lives in Fountain. I'll post the address. Basically from 1 o'clock to 11 p.m. That's when the month ends. You can come from any time in there. Either come for the whole time or come for a couple hours, and we're going to be making calls. We're going to be making calls to get bookings. We're going to be making calls to get sales. We're going to be making calls to get team members. Like, it's literally going to be a focused effort of you come in, like Shannon, you come in at 1 o'clock and say, we'll get you on target for your car. We sit together, we make calls, we hammer it out until it's done. You leave on target for your car. So we're excited to see what's going to happen. So come when you can. Obviously, some of you work during the day, you can come afterwards. We're excited to do that. And then definitely the last day of June, we're going to close the month together. That'll be here because that's a Saturday. But we're wanting to just create a community of people pushing and stretching. And what I love about that is we're going to reach our goals, but worst case scenario, if you don't reach your goal, you're around an environment of people that you can't hide and shrink back with yourself and have a pity party, right? That you're around an environment of women who are supporting you and encouraging you and loving you no matter where you finish. Does that make sense? Because you are loved regardless of what you accomplish. And when you're around that, and sometimes it's easy to pull away when we don't reach our goals, right? And the 30th, so Thursday of this month. So 30th, yeah, there's only 30 days in May. All right, so we're going to do that. Thank you, Abe, for reminding me about this. 31 this month, there's 30 in June.
But it's Thursday, either way.
Thursday. It's Thursday, whatever day Thursday is. I don't know. But basically, we're going to be tracking, like, we're going to walk in. It's not going to be like social. I mean, of course, we'll be socializing. But walk in, all right, Shannon, what's your goal? All right, Amy, what's your goal? And, all right, here's the goal. Go make calls here. Go make calls here. Pull Candace over. Hey, Candace, have this girl who's interested in signing up. Talk to her. Like, it's going to be that kind of thing. Does that make sense? Where it's going to be a lot of stuff happen. It's going to be exciting. So come with your list of people you're going to call and a plan. And if you don't have a plan, well, come with a goal, and we'll help you with a plan if you don't have it. Does that make sense? So we're excited about it, and I hope you are too.
A lot of directors do this. Top directors. I Katie Goldstein, and she posts a video, and she does it there. Like handful of girls. Yeah, and it's really cool.
It's cool to see.
That.
Yeah, that community, and then it doesn't let you give up, because we'll easily give up on ourselves. But when you're in a community of other people, you don't give up, right? You have someone encouraging you, like, let's say, bless you. You're like, oh, Amy, I don't think I can do this. Well, let's say Amy says, I'm going to tell you can't do it. And then we're like, no, Amy, you can do this. Like, who else can we call? Let me see your contact list. Let's call them. Let's do this. Like, we don't let you off the hook, because you'll let yourself off the hook, but you have a support system of people who are there to encourage you. So we're excited about what we're going to make happen the last day of the month. So if you can come, join us. If not, put in your date book for next month for sure. Okay. Okay, so next month in June, we're going to be like blown out of the water with events and stuff. And you really want to be filling up your books to get a lot of people to the events. Now, this Friday, we are having facials here, but I'm also going to be doing facials in Denver. And if you know anybody in Denver, I really want to be building very intentionally in the Denver area. And so if you know people, book them. Even if you can't be there, if you work Friday night, send them to me. I will work for you all day long. Send people to me up in Denver. I'll be there this Friday night. And Brianna is actually, I'm going to post the JPEGs, but she's doing something really cool. And if I my thing, but basically she's doing like a color class this Saturday here with the new brushes. So the next 2 Saturdays, she's doing a really cool, I'll post it. Anyways, it's this Saturday, and it's the 2nd, and then the 10th. I'll post it if you want to invite that. It's another event that you can plug into. She's really great at color. I'm not. I'll be the first to tell you that. So if you want to watch color, come watch Janet or Brianna. And then I feel like I did want to just mention something really briefly, because I know several of you have been getting them. I don't know why, but I feel like all these people, there's been a lot of scams going on. And so if you get any email, okay, if it's somebody that's legit, they're going to order on your website. Yeah. So if you ever get a text or an email, someone asking you to order, it's usually not legit. Or you just, and they probably just come with this long story, and this, yeah, and there's always there's some broken English there, and usually it's some scams. So just beware, okay? I haven't talked about it in a long time, but just beware. If you ever get anything suspicious, contact me, send them to me, okay? Because I feel like
you are into the star, and this is me. I got a lot more still, because they can Google you and find you.
But it doesn't even matter. No,
It
it's not
doesn't,
even a
no,
search
but-
thing. They have branding consultants that don't even have a website yet, and they find them. So it's not even necessarily related to that. It's totally based. I don't know. They're just scanning, especially new consultants. So beware. Okay. But don't get scared about it either. Just delete them. Shannon sent one to me, and I'm like, delete. Just delete it. Just don't respond. Don't respond. I'm trying to think if there's any more announcements, and then we're going to talk about how to make more money. You excited about making more money?
Yes.
Yes. No, nobody is. I'm sure you're excited about that. No, you just want to give it all away. Like what? Oh, this is another thing. I knew there was I have this whole thing of notes of announcements. I'm like, I know there's something else. Okay, the last thing I did want to mention is I forgot to tell you about the second drawing. That's the $500 cash drawing for career chats. When we hit 100, and I looked and we have only had 80 people actually follow up with me. So we've had a lot of people listen, but I've only had 80 people actually talk to me about it. So we need 20 more to do the $500 cash drawing. And you get entered for each person you have listened, right? As long as you follow up with me. And they have to either watch the video, come to an event, or do the peek into peek, right? I'm actually going to be going live in the next couple of days. I haven't figured out the time to do another peek into peek. We had 200 comments on my last one. It was really great. We got lots of new people from that. But I'm going to be going live. I haven't figured out what time, sometime in the next couple of days. And basically, anyone that has, I'm giving this to you guys to promote you guys to have people listen. Anybody that has 5 people watch the peek into peek, but before the end of the month is going to get a business kit. You guys love those, where it's always the supplies and cute little tray inserts and stuff like that. If you have 10 people listen, you're going to package your catalogs in addition to the business kit. All they have to do is just watch the peek into peek, and they can watch the old recording, or I'll be going live in the next couple of days. So that'll help hopefully generate more people listening, so we can hit 100. Right? Got it? Okay, that was the last announcement. Any question on announcements? Anybody? Okay, so next thing we're talking about is money and keeping money. Because we're going to talk about something we haven't really talked about in a long time, and I'm going to pass this around, but it's about money management, because you can make a lot of money. Now, I realize I only have 13, so do every other person where you share. I'll email this out and post on our Facebook page, but this is yeah, you guys can share every other person. So we're going to talk about money management, and you guys can make a lot of money in Mary Kay, but it's really important that you start. There's a lot of new people in the room who, if you start now managing your money correctly, you will make a lot more money. But what I see a lot of new people doing is not even focus on the money. They just are like, go, 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 but not tracking where everything is going. Does everyone have 2? There should be 2. 2 handouts? The first page says thoughts on handling money. Ooh, I gave all the second page away. I'm going to need the second page from somebody, but there should be enough more. Yeah, well then I need one of those. Okay, but we'll start with this. And I'm going to start by reading this little story. I'll get one. Oh, do you have one? The first page, it looks like this. Thoughts on handling money. Okay, we may have enough. We shouldn't have extras. I'll give this one to you, Elizabeth. Yeah, follow me. Okay, we'll make sure once you hand those out to somebody out there. Okay. That way they have them. So you should get 2 sheets. They look like this.
We have extras of the first sheet.
And the second. Yeah. No. That's the second.
Oh, that's the second thing?
No, that's the first. Oh. Okay, well, anyway, I think she has extra. Okay, she's got extra.
Okay.
Well, it looks like we have enough for everybody then.
Okay.
Hey, we're getting all complicated here. It's okay. Elizabeth, hold this up. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna read this little thing because this is a really great analogy, and I can't say it enough. If you guys can learn this as a new consultant, yeah, give her one. She needs one. We're new. Do you know that there's, in case you haven't heard this before, there's 4 things you need to learn, or 4 reasons you could say why people either don't make it or do make it in Mary Kay. First is skill management. They don't take the time to learn the skills in Mary Kay. It's a whole new skill thing, right? Second is money management. They don't take the time to manage their money. They're making money, but they're not tracking it. They don't know where their money goes. And that's the #1 reason businesses go under in general, not just Mary Kay, is lack of money management. And the third reason is time management. They don't make time for Mary Kay. And the fourth reason is emotional management. They don't manage their emotions, and they let their emotions get the best of them. And so this money management piece is huge. And I want you making money and keeping more money in your pocket, okay? So thoughts on handling money. Pretend for a few minutes that you just opened a dress shop, okay? Would you open the door of your dress shop every day from 9 to 5, or would you just open the door when you were in the mood? Every day, right? Not just when you're feeling like Mary Kay. Would you tell everyone that you were in the dress business and invite them to your store, or would you be shy about asking them to drop by for fear that they would think you're being pushy? Would you keep up with the stock in your store and make sure you had plenty of dresses on the racks, or would you spend the money as fast as you could make it and let your stock get low? I'm sure you'd know that you would. Would you keep your books up to date so you could tell how your business was progressing, or would you let it go and just guess at how you were doing? Would you attend fashion shows, trade shows, and all training available, like seminar, to make sure you were up on the latest fashions and trends? And make sure that you were up on the latest fashions and trends that would make your business more profitable? Or would you decide that you knew everything there was to know and that it wouldn't be worth it to further your business knowledge? If you answered yes to the first of these two questions, why not apply the same? Your answer was yes to the first of these two questions, and why not apply the same guidelines to your Mary Kay business? In Mary Kay, you are in business for yourself but not by yourself. Notice the chart that lists the advantages from if you over an owner of a business or a dress shop. Okay, so dress shop, you need to purchase or lease a space for your dress shop. In Mary Kay, you can operate out of your own business. Number two, you need to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars. In Mary Kay business, you can start with $100 and desired product inventory. Number three, you have to have a tax permit. Number three is the company handles remittances of sales tax in each state. They don't get any prizes or bonuses as at a dress shop. Mary Kay, of course, you get bonuses and prizes each quarter. Number five, you're responsible for keeping up with the latest trends in the industry. In Mary Kay, the company keeps you updated on the latest trends in fashion. Number six, you must sink or swim on your own. In Mary Kay, you have the company director and recruiter provide continuous support. Now, after reviewing the chart above, can you see the advantages we have over other businesses? Think of what you could do if you really treated your Mary Kay career like a business. Truly, this business can be anything that you decide that you want it to be. Okay, this is the part that I really like that is a great analogy for inventory. Okay, now suppose you're opening that dress shop and you've decided to only invest in an inventory of 5 dresses. Each dress costs you $50 and you will retail it for $100, which is 100% profit, just like in Mary Kay, right? A customer comes in, so you have 5 dresses on your shelf of your little small inventory. A customer comes in and buys 2 of your dresses the first day. Now you have your first business decision to make. Number one, you either can take the $200 from the sale of the 2 dresses and buy 4 more dresses. Each dress costs $50, giving you an inventory of now 7 dresses. But you didn't pay yourself a salary. So you're reinvesting your profit. Does that make sense? You don't have much inventory, and so you're having to reinvest your profit. Does that make sense? So that's option number one. Option number two, you can pocket the $100 profit that you just made as your salary and take the other $100 to replace the 2 dresses that you sold. That'd bring your inventory back to 5 dresses. So you started with 5, you sold it, you took the 50%, you're at 5. You still have your small little inventory of 5. Can you imagine walking to your store with 5 dresses? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just hope that you realize the analogy of basically this person doesn't have any inventory. Number 3 is you could pocket the entire $200 you just received and elect to buy no more dresses. Your inventory is now down to 3 dresses, and you'll almost certainly go out of business this way. So you see, you have 3 options. What option and what option you choose to do is based off where you're at in your life and your circumstances. But most businesses would immediately go for option number 1 because an inventory of 5 dresses doesn't really put you in business, as you cannot meet the needs of your customers with such a small inventory. You should take the $200 to reinvest if you don't have the startup costs initially to invest in inventory. Opting to pay yourself later, until you're in the black. Does that make sense? So there's one goal that every consultant must achieve she is to make money in Mary Kay. And that goal is to get on a profit basis so she can pay herself a salary from her sales. Here's how it must work. By the way, do you guys know what a profit level inventory is? 3,600. 3,600. That's why when we sit down, and y'all remember, some of you just had your inventory talk, some of you it's been a really long time. But as a new consultant, we sit down and we say, hey, here's the inventory options. A 3,600 is profit level. And I believe even right now, that's not nearly enough. Like actually a full store is actually 4,800 where you have everything. And at that level, that means you have a full store of inventory where that means that you can pay yourself, you're not reinvesting your profit. Does that make sense? If you start out with a 600 or even 1,800, that's not everything. You know, you will find very quickly that that's not, that you're going to have a lot of stuff people don't. I mean, you're going to not have everything that people want, right? And so you're going to be reinvesting your profit. The goal is to eventually get to a full store because then you have everything and you're not having to build up your inventory to that level. Does that make sense? And then you can take the full profit. Otherwise, most consultants, the goal is to build up and take a portion of your sales and build it up. Does that make sense? And so that's why we call profit level a 3,600 minimally up to a 4,800. Okay? That's why if people can come in with it from the beginning, you have it right there from the beginning. And then you're paying off the loan or whatever from your sales. Does that make sense? So that's what that means. So a goal, if you want to make money and you know really have a sustainable business, is to get to a full store. So a profit-based inventory is one which provides you enough inventory to meet customer needs for approximately 1 month. This should include some of everything you plan to sell in the Mary Kay product line. The minimum amount should be $2,400 to $3,000. A profit base of inventory saves you time, which is money. No longer will you miss a sale because you're out of an item. No longer will you have to run around and exchange products or whatever. No longer you can be tempted to not mention some products the customer may need because you don't have it. Not having enough products is like a grocery store not having enough milk or bread, right? And when you go to a grocery store, they don't wait until all the milk is out before they reorder milk, right? They know it's real popular, and so they don't wait till they're out of their milk. They wait till they're like halfway through, then they order more milk, right? And the reason I'm sharing this is because I see so many consultants. I've had lots of conversations with people, but they come in with inventory and they sell it all off, and then they got nothing. That's not the point. The point of inventory is not to sell it all off. The point is, like any grocery store, any store, is to, if you didn't come out of the full store, is to keep that level. If you have no desire to build up, then you don't build up, but at least keep that level. Does that make sense? The goal is not to just get rid of it all, because then you have no inventory. You never know. That I had never seen them do that before, so that was like awesome. Okay, a profit basis of inventory allows you to pay yourself a salary for the very first sale. Something most retail business owners would love to do, but very few actual businesses can do that. We can at Mary Kay because we have so few overhead expenses, but the same profit margin. Do you know the average business doesn't pay themselves? They're like, don't pay themselves for years. So that, we don't have to do that in Mary Kay. You can easily get up to a full store quickly. So this says that we can at Mary Kay a 60% inventory replacement savings account and 40% profit checking. I'm going to talk about 60-40 in a minute. Your bank load should be paid out of your 40%. So when planning the salary amount, make sure to include the payment to your bank from that account. Okay. So you guys heard of the 60-40 split? If you're brand new, you may not know, so that's fine. But in my new consultant training, I go over 60-40. So we as Mary Kay, we make 50%. But we usually recommend setting aside at least 10% for all the sales aids, business supplies, Section 2 stuff, cotton balls, whatever, any expenses to come out of that 10%. So you're using a portion of your business to pay any overhead. And our overhead is ridiculously small for a business. Most businesses have to pay for a building and employees and, you know, all the rent and all the crazy stuff. We don't have to deal with that. So most people, consultants that manage their money well, split it 60-40. When they make a sale, let's say $100, you keep $50 of it to reorder that product. The other $50 out of the profit, you will keep 10% for any Section 2 stuff. So catalogs, the washcloths, applicators, what you're using, and then you also, a portion of that goes to PCP, the Preferred Customer Program, so that you have money set aside when it comes time to send catalogs to your customers. Does that make sense? And then the 40% you keep. Does that make sense? And you can do whatever you want with that. But it's smart business sense to set that 10% aside of every sale. So that's what this is talking about. If you don't remember that, because we talked about it a long time ago. So this is how you're going to build up your inventory. Here's an example. You sell $100. You worked 3 hours. You deposit. So it recommends, and I recommend too, you have 2 separate accounts. one for your 60% inventory and savings, and then one for your 40%. And keep that in your checking. So you deposit the $100, you put the $60 to reinvest your inventory and to have for any supplies, and then the $40 you can do whatever you want with. Does that make sense? So if you have two separate accounts, like I deposit mine in my checking account, and then in my savings I put the 60%, and in the 40% I leave in my checking so I can spend it. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I deposit the 100, leave $40 in there, then 60 I transfer to my savings so I don't touch it. I use the Mary Kay Visa to buy all my inventory or to restock anytime because I love it. By the way, if you can get it, it's 0% APR for a year. It's awesome. That way I always reorder inventory, but then I pay it off with my savings. Does that make sense? So that I've set aside. Okay, so let's say you sell $400 a month, 12 hours of work. You have $240 in your account, and then in your inventory account, $160 in your profit or checking account. And so based off your goals, like basically you can see if you sell $200 a week, then you're going to put $80 in there in your checking account. Sell $800 a week, $320 in there, all the way down to you sell $1,200 a month, and you're going to keep $480 to yourself. Does that make sense? Pretty simple, right? But in all seriousness, like this is so important. I know this is like, oh my gosh, math, whatever, boring. But this is really, really, really important. And I see so many people embezzle from themselves, which means, and when you say it like that, it sounds horrible. But like, let's say they go to a party, they sell $200, and they put all that cash in their pocket, and they spend the $200 on the way home. Yeah. And when it comes time to order, they're like, where's the money I'm supposed to be making with Mary Kay? But they forgot that they spent the $200 from the party on the way home because they didn't deposit it in their bank account. If you're going to spend the $200 on the way home, at least deposit it into your bank account so you have a transaction and a money trail so you know where that money went. And then you're like, oh yeah, I spent it on the way home. Does that make sense? That you've got to be disciplined with your money to put everything in your checking account and then let it, then you can see where it's going. Does that make sense? But I've just seen so many people spend the full amount and then all their inventory is gone. And then they don't have nothing. And then they have to place another big order again, and that's not the point. The goal is to, if you can come add inventory, great, and then stay at that level or build up until you get to a full store. If you can come in at a full store, that's ideal. Then you just keep reordering and it keeps it simple. Once you get to a full store, then I know each month, like what I've sold is what I restock. And I know this probably freak all y'all out, but I probably have like $12,000, $13,000 of inventory on my shelf because I choose to, because I like having everything, because I hate not having stuff for people. Hate it. And so, but that's my choice. Nobody makes me. But every month I just restock what I've sold that month because I have my inventory where I like it. Does that make sense? So you find out the comfort level for you, but I hope that this is making sense. Until you have enough inventory, you don't want to pay yourself as much because a lot of it ends up going back to pay for the product. Does that make sense? Is everyone understanding this? Got it. And it's up to you how you want to operate it, but I'd say, and it doesn't have to take long. If you don't have a full store, you can build up to that quickly. It doesn't have to take long based off of your sales if you don't have that. All right, so let me give you just a few of the pitfalls, the money pitfalls. So does that make sense, that thing there? I like that analogy. Does that make sense with the dresses and the dress shop and the you don't want to walk into a store with 5 dresses and then you sell 2 and you got nothing, right? So here are a few just little pieces of advice for people with money management. Okay, here's what I know. And here's some things that can totally kill you with money management. Number 1 is overbuying section 2. Section 2 is really cool. There's so much cool stuff in there. Okay, for the new people in the room, there's section 1 is product. Section 2 is supplies, samples, catalogs. Yeah.
All the big business.
Which a lot of that stuff is nice.
It is.
Really nice. And it's very tempting when you see all that cool stuff. But if you're going to invest in something, invest in section 1, in product, because that's something that's actually going to make you money. And actually, I recommend, like people say samples or ask me about samples. I say, I don't have samples of very many things at all. The only thing I have samples of are the eyeshadows because I use them to meet people. Yeah. Literally everything else, I don't have samples of. I lied. I have the mini eye creams. That's the only thing I keep samples of. Because I give those as referral gifts. So anybody who places an inventory order, I usually always put the, if I help you place your order, I always put the mini hand creams in there. They're 50 cents, and they're a great gift that I get for referrals. And then eyeshadow samples. So those are literally the only 2 samples that I ever have. And then the other, if somebody, like a facial in a bag, that was a big thing like last month. I recommend that people actually take full-size product and squirt it into like a little container, and then you're using full-size product. Because section 2 can get real expensive. You get really expensive.
I looked at them. They're kind of crazy.
I don't think you need to buy samples. You can do little things and make, like, send them in a little, like, they're like little containers.
I will say I do buy the lip gloss samples though, because those are hard to.
I demo them every time.
Well, not demo. I mean, like attaching the business cards or something to give, like the eyeshadow. That's really the only 2.
Yeah, if you're gonna use it for marketing like that, when you're like meeting people.
Right. I do a lot of events. I have a lot of samples, but I don't want to do eyeshadows. Lip gloss. They're your least expensive samples.
Yeah.
And they're nice too.
The other big pitfall is people giving away too much product. I know, I'm guilty. I've done it where I was like, have Mary Kay, everyone have Mary Kay. And then I was like giving all my inventory away and not making money. And then that's not the point. You don't want to, I'm telling you, I've done it. I've done all this. And that's why I'm trying to tell you, you can start off now. Not doing these things, and there's nothing wrong if you consciously want to help somebody and give them products. Okay, that's great, but make that conscious decision. Just don't do it to everybody, and don't also feel like you completely have to bribe people to get them to buy something. Because you've got to know that we sell a phenomenal product. People will buy this stuff left and right. You don't have to discount it. You don't have to discount this product, and sometimes people feel like they have to discount it to just get a sale. We sell a great product. You don't have to discount it. Does that make sense? So, let's see, what else? This is another issue. If you get inventory, okay, I've seen people be so quick to pay off their inventory loan that they don't pay themselves. That you've also got to pay yourself. If you did come in with inventory, you want to pay yourself and pay off that initial investment at the same time. Does that make sense? Because you can't work for free forever. Does that make sense? Is that you've got to pay yourself and pay the loan off. Which, when you're doing faces and you're seeing people and making the money, that's not a problem. Does that make sense? So, okay, any questions about money management? Y'all look at me like, oh my God, I'm so bored. I know this is a boring conversation, but it's critical. And I don't talk about it often because I know that it's boring. We've all heard it before. But I want you making more money. And if you track your money, and I just have a simple little spreadsheet that splits everything. Well, actually, you don't even need that anymore. If you use the resources online, it splits everything for you. It splits it all for you. You guys know about the My Customers app, right? Yeah. You're brand new. There's something called the My Customers app. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. You download it. It'll track all your money for you. It'll track your customers, everything that they purchase. It'll manage your inventory. It's so cool. I mean, Pam knows, I've talked about this before, that we used to have this program that she used to work for me, and it was like a pain in the butt. It used to drive Pam crazy to manage all my inventory and manage all the customers. It was always messing everything up. Now it's for free, and you have it on your smartphone. And it will split your money for you guys. If you do your weekly accomplishment sheets, it will split your money for you. So, any questions about money management? Anything y'all want to add? Any other tips about money management? You pros over there have been in for a bit.
Say, write yourself a paycheck too.
What about that? Oh, you have to, a separate account. Definitely have a separate account. Absolutely. Okay, so the fun part I want to talk about that is show you how you can make money quickly. Okay, so we talked about the boring part of like splitting up your money. I want to show you like how quickly you can make money and move and move some products with the whole 60-40 thing. That this will be yours. So did she say teacher? Miss Foster. Everyone gets one of these though. Everyone does get one of these. You got one too. I have enough. Yeah, I have enough of them. And those of you online, I'll post this and yeah. We got plenty. We got plenty. So it's a little table that's gonna look like this. All right. So let's say you wanted to make an extra $100 a week. Not too shabby, right? That would only involve one party, minimum, And these are absolute like minimums. You know, obviously you can make a lot more, but by doing one party. So your weekly sales from your party is very low, is $250. And you know, and you'd be working about 3 hours making $100. Not too shabby, right? That's what, $33 an hour. So when you do that, do one party a week, you'll be looking at $1,000 in monthly sales. With the 60-40 split that we just talked about, that means you're going to be making at least $400. And if you break it down, that was how much? 3 hours a week, so 12 hours a month, and make an extra $400 a month. Not too shabby, right? Now, if you're doing one party a week and you're sharing with everybody, working them full circle, which we're not talking about right now, but I would hope that you're sharing. If you have a party, Mary Kay Ash always said that there's at least one new recruit at every party. And so if you're sharing with all the 3 people there, I mean, and that means you'd be in front of you'd be in front of 12 people a month probably, that you would at least get 1 or 2 new team members. So let's say you have a new recruit making 4%, you're going to make about an extra $24 just from team building commissions. That make sense? So based on 3 hours a week, your total monthly income is about $424 for 3 hours a week. Not bad, right? So then it gets exciting. You look over, if you did that, you know, for 48 weeks, that's an extra $5,000 for only 3 extra hours a week. And everybody can find an extra 3 hours a week, right? Right? Okay, now let's say you want to make $200 a week. Of course, you can do the math. It's very simple. That means you do 2 parties a week. You know, that means you'd be making an extra $500 in sales. You'd be working 6 hours that week, so $2,000 a month in sales. $800 for about $600. So $800 extra a month for about 6 hours extra a week. Got it? All the way over to the end. Oh no, then you're gonna now recruit 2 people. You have your team building commission. You're gonna make an extra $10,000 a year for 6 hours of work. Make sense? And you guys can go all the way down. Let's say you want to make an extra. Let's say you want to make an extra $4,000 from your sales. Now, by the way, if you want to make an extra $4,000 a month, if that is your desire to make anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000, you can make it with your sales, but you can make it a lot quicker with directorship and leadership. If you have a desire and you want to make that kind of money, you can make it with your sales, but you can also make it with directorship. Your director commission would be, I don't know, it depends. Like a minimum director, minimum, and that means they're usually only working 5 to 10 hours a week. As a director, usually is anywhere from $1,400 to $2,500 extra a month in director commissions, not including their sales. On a you guys, I work full time, but a lot of directors still have another job. I have a director in Virginia, and she's a teacher, and she anyway, she's like on a mission because she's almost done with getting her retirement and teaching, and so of course she's going to stay. She's only a few years away from retirement, and so she's a director, still works another full-time job, and works a good 5 to 10 hours a week as a director. It doesn't take as much time as you think. But that's just her choice. She still works a full-time job, and she is pretty much a single mom of her 2 kids. So anyways, so basically, if you want to make more money, get the product on people's faces, be doing parties, you're going to make a lot more money. Make sense? You guys see how this can add up quickly? You have money in your pocket? I know. So if you have a desire, you know, we always said in Mary Kay, there's something called 3 + 3 + 3. And Mary Kay Ash herself always said, you can go anywhere you want to go in Mary Kay. You want to be a director, you want to earn a free car by doing 3 + 3 + 3. That's, what is that? 3 parties, $300 in sales, and 3 career chats. You share the business with 3 people. A week, you can go anywhere you want to go. If you want to go quicker, double it. You know, double it. Go 5 parties a week, $500 in sales. You share with 5 people, and you're going to move a lot quicker and be able to make more money. Does that make sense? Or if you really want to go like warp speed, like Miss Maria over there, just share with a bunch of people, which is great. I was literally like, I mean, she sat down and she said, "Do you want to go drive for a car?" And I told her exactly what I told Christina. Go share with at least 40 people. Get as many people as you can, as many faces as you can, as many people as you can in front of me. And she did it. And she's going to be going and drive for a car for sure, DIQ as well. But she was willing to do the activity. That you can literally have anything you want in this business if you're willing to do the work. And if you're willing to number one, set the goal. Number two, be willing to do the work. And number three, don't quit until it happens. Because a lot of us say we want more. We give you the plan, we set the plan, and then we start working, and somewhere in there you get discouraged. And somewhere in there you get disappointed. And it's really easy to shrink back and to not return Candace's messages and to not call her and think that, you avoid her thinking I'm not stupid and I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. You're discouraged, and that's when you need to reach out. And because my job is to be there to help you, but I can't help you if I don't hear you, right? And Elizabeth knows, I've called her out multiple times, so she knows when she's having her pity parties, and I'm like, Elizabeth, we need to talk. She's like, oh, she's gotten a lot better at calling me. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to have you share really quickly about just what happened to you this last week and our lovely little girl, Asia, that you never know who's listening. You never know because you stepped out of your comfort zone.
I went out Saturday and I looked like a dog. I was not in a good mood. Things are crazy in my life right now. So I had my grandson who wanted to go to the village. They were having a big sidewalk sale and whatever. So we went. We walked around Goodwill for 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Up and down and up and down. And I'm handing out my card as I'm talking to people on the floor and just trying, knowing I don't represent Mary Kay very well because I look like a doll. And I got up to the cashier and
oh no! Well, she turned around.
So I'm at the cashier and I had bought something big, so it stays there and you take it to the cashier. So I said to the girl, and I need my thing, my whatever you call it. But it's like a 4-drawer thing. The basket. No, it's like you pull baskets. And you can,
Okay.
So she goes, well, why did you get that? And I looked at her and I went, oh, I do Mary Kay, and I'm handing her my card. Well, this other person who is in the room right now comes right. She goes, you do Mary Kay? I want to sign up online tonight. And I went, stop right now. And I was like, stop. And she just like looked at me and I went, no, you don't sign up online because you need family and you need support, And I gave her my card and I said, call me tonight. When do you get off of work? And she was cashiering and she left. She left someone just to come over to me. And we talked and I called Elizabeth, I called Candace.
Oh, she was freaking out on the phone.
It was
so much fun.
So you don't know who's listening. And here she is tonight. And she turned Candace's call and I know she's signed up.
Yeah,
so I told her, come to the event. Hear all about what you're getting into.
Yes.
So
And
if
she's
you don't know
probably
who's
a
listening,
already.
don't be scared to do that.
I love it. Well, and also I love from that story that Ave that you weren't having a great day, but she still was talking about Mary Kay and trying to bless other people and trying to, and obviously it sounds like that lady was asking you about the, the container thing, and you brought up Mary Kay, and because of that, someone else had been looking for an opportunity. Yeah, that girl was literally just going to Google someone online and sign up under some random person. And Ave was like, no, here you go. But you never know. But also, switching gears about emotional management, that one of the best things you can do when you're down is to do something for your business. Do something for your business. When you're having a rough day, go encourage somebody. Just give them a compliment. Give them your card and do something because, you never know. You just never know. You just never know what that person could be looking for. And step out of your comfort zone and just ask, and you just ask and you wear your Mary Kay pin everywhere and you just ask.
I will just say too, going on top of that, there was one day I didn't feel like going out on Working Women. And I boxed Candace, I was like, I don't feel like going out. And then I heard it later, I was like, no, I need to go out. So I went out and I got all no's. But I had 3 people tell me, oh my goodness, this made my day. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for this. But, I appreciate the growth. It's not just arguing my day. It's like, it didn't go the way I wanted it to. They still left with a smile on their face. So, even if it doesn't go the way you want, like let's say hypothetically, Auden doesn't go the way you want it, you still work your business. You still talk to other people. You still put yourself out there. You know what I mean? So, even if it doesn't go the way you think it's going to go,
Never does.
like you still did something. Like what is Janet? Janet she said, "You fell down, go book something. You fell down, go sell something. Go do something."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry.
So no, that's super great. Okay, so any questions about that?
Personal experience.
All right. Well, Courtney's not done yet. Do you guys have any like Q&A? Anything like?
Q&A.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns?
Anything like because normally we do consultants, but it's a little. Yeah. But we're gonna do like a Q&A.
Any questions?
So I've had inventory obviously, and I've sold some from it. I have money sitting in an account, but I've been waiting for it to get to 600 so that I could place a full order and not just nickel dime it. What should be when I get to that point of putting in a full order? What should my order be considering we now have the miracle?
Order the Miracle Set 3D.
Just do all miracles.
Yeah, okay, and you bring up a great point in that with this new Miracle Set 3D, you guys got to be thinking big. And I know I posted something a little while ago about thinking big. That if you want to blow June out of the water, which I'm hoping you all do, and have your best months ever, that's really what we're focused on, is beating our best and having the best month that you can do. You've got to be stocked up and ready. And Samantha laughed because she placed an order for a bunch of the Miracle Set 3Ds, and it was like, that wasn't nearly enough. I placed another order because I knew I wasn't thinking big enough.
Yeah,
I want you
I
thinking
watched
big.
the Beat Our Best video right after I made that order. I'm like, I didn't order. So I went back and I made another order maybe 20 minutes after that.
Yeah, I was like, and she messaged like, you're gonna see 2 orders like back to back. But she was thinking bigger, and now, and that's all the more reason why she's gonna get an action in booking, because she has all these, she has these new Miracle Sets. I want you thinking bigger. Don't just be thinking I want a couple of them. Be thinking 10, 15, 20, because that's money in your pocket. That if you're, selling 15 of those, that's $1,500. In your sales, so you're going to be profiting $750. Does that make sense? I want you thinking bigger for yourself, because when it's there, you're going to be more excited about talking about it. What I know is that if you don't have that new Miracle Set 3D, you're not going to be talking about it much.
And if you're not using it.
Yeah, order one for yourself, and if you don't already have a demo, and then and then use it.
That's the trick I've learned too is. But if you're not using it, you're not going to sell. So that's just the thing is, don't be afraid to get stuff off your shelf, because A, it's tax deduction. Yourself. B, then you know what you can say about it. You're gonna get more excited about it. Like I've sold a ton of Satin and Satin because I use those at home.
Yeah. So, and by the way, yes, it's great that you want to get up to a 600, but you still restock stuff. It doesn't have to be all the way up to a 600, but it is good. But that's not necessarily. You're so cute. You can order smaller amounts just to restock like what you've had. But the goal of inventory, you guys, I don't want you having all this inventory and not moving it. I want you moving the inventory. The goal of having inventory is to move it and to be doing faces and to be getting out there and get the product on faces, and when you're doing faces, you don't have enough inventory. Like with all my inventory, when I'm doing 30, 40 faces a month, I don't have enough inventory. Like then I'm placing followers. I hate doing that. Like I hate doing that as well. So the point is, you're ready to do faces. That faces, we want you doing as many faces as you can this next month. Does that make sense? I heard a question or someone.
And also take advantage of the flyers that Candace puts up. I put them all out this morning again.
Good.
And I got 2 orders as I was leaving the house.
Good.
I know there's $80 worth.
Good.
But I don't say it's an order till I have my money.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
they're there, and people are like, well, is this just for today? And I said, no, I can extend it for a week.
Just for you. Yeah. Just for you. Yeah.
So take advantage of that stuff.
Did I hear a question?
So back to the $600. If she puts in 2-3 orders that equal $600, that
Yeah, you show your bracelet and yeah.
As long as it's
within a month. Mm-hmm.
I personally like doing bigger stuff orders because I want to patient price. But that's just me. But you could do multiple little orders that equal up to 600. You still hit that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are paying more interest.
Yeah. The other thing I forgot to mention, if you guys, how many of you did a preferred customer program? I know, total side note. Have you called your people?
Yes.
Preferred, okay, I'll make sure everyone got that, because I was like, I forgot to do that. preferred customer program.
All
Make
of
sure.
them, and I send them.
Good. Awesome. All right. Well, I'd say let's close it out, y'all. I want you managing your money. If you have not been great at this, it's okay. Believe me, I have butchered money management. I have embezzled for myself. I've given too much stuff away. And I'm telling you this from experience. Start now. Yeah, stop bad habits and then start new ones. A lot of you are new. If you start this now, you'll have much better. I didn't have anybody teaching me this. I mean, I heard it and I was like, I didn't really know how to do it. I didn't really look at it. I just figured I'll sell more and I'll figure itself out. But that doesn't always work. Start now managing your money and you'll make a lot more money because you can make really good money with Mary Kay, but you've got to track it and know where your money's going.
One more quick question. How
Yeah.
do you reconcile the ones that you pull out of your inventory personally on Microsoft?
Create a customer that's you. So I have a customer that's Candace, and I have a customer that's demo, and I have a customer that's giveaway. I literally create a customer.
Nice.
And then every time, so on my customers, you're giving me a funny face. So that's how I manage it, is I create a customer, Candace, and then every time I pull something out for myself, I put it in Candace's orders. So it pulls out of my inventory. So then at the end of the year, I can look up Candace, and it'll show me all the things that I've used for personal use. And then for demo, same thing. It's called demo. Pulls it out of my inventory. At the end of the year, I know how much I've given or done demos and then giveaways. And so all that's a tax deduction. So that's personally how I do that.
You're doing a powerful pink lipstick.
Okay.
I forgot. So if you guys don't know, they're doing a powerful gel semi lipstick. So it's to fund the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. So I can't remember if it's the $9 to donate or it's the full.
I don't remember.
I don't remember it. But I saw that and it was really pretty. And it's really pretty color. So
They donated
It's like $1.
it's a dollar. Okay. They've done it with the
August
August 15th. That's right. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, so they donated $1 to the Mary Kay Ash Foundation. It's the Eat to Know lipstick. Really cute. I would be.
So how would you push that? Like, what would you say to
Well,
somebody?
I'm gonna buy it for myself and wear it all the time. That's really what I'm gonna do because I don't have it. Because they don't. It's a brand new color that they just came out with. But I would just say, oh my gosh, this is such a cute, fun color. It makes it pop. Plus, it's donating to a great organization. I talk about the organization. You're gonna know about the organization. Look it up. It's amazing. It's awesome.
So I would tell them, hey, $1 or however much a portion of this lipstick sale goes to eradicate domestic violence and to help, find a cure for cancers that affect women. Women will buy lipsticks left and right, knowing that the lipstick is helping a good cause. Does that make sense? There, exactly. Might as well buy it for a good reason. What?
There is one out there.
Yeah, it's on there.
Well, we'll have to buy. Well, I haven't seen one, so y'all can share with me. You can post it in the group. Yeah. Great question. All right, so I gotta do the marketing. Why don't you wrap it up with the empowering statement?
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
Before I do it, I
Questions?
can do consulting questions too. She's like, I'm good. No.
Go for it.
All right,
Let's close it down, baby. You got it, right? I'm gonna get
Yeah,
next
you
over
did.
here.
Go.
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah.
I got it.
Oh, Elizabeth winging it is very interesting. Let me tell you right now. Ha! I found it. Woo! You guys don't need to see Elizabeth winging it. No, it's not, but it's interesting.
All right. I am great.
I am great.
I am wonderful.
I am wonderful.
I am a woman of excellence.
I am a woman of excellence.
I'm a superstar.
And I'm a superstar.
I will let nobody push my button.
I will let nobody push my buttons.
I will let nobody rain on my parade.
I will let nobody rain on my parade.
I will go over.
I will go over.
I will go under.
I will go under.
I will go around.
I will go around.
And I will go straight through.
And I will go straight through
Any obstacle that comes my way.
any obstacle that comes my way.
Because I am highly motivated.
I am highly motivated.
Truly dedicated.
Truly dedicated.
And I am a future free project in the making.
And I am a future free firefighter in the making.